If you love Italy and Italian wines, you need to visit Italy's most northwestern region, Piemonte. This is where you will find lots of rolling vineyards and cute little towns with amazing regional foods. In this video, I will show you all around the towns of Barolo, Barbaresco, La Mora, and Alba, as well as which winery tours and tastings we did. Let's go. In my last video, I showed you all around Turin, Italy, which is the capital of the Piemonte region. We explored historical sites and got to try all the things that Turin is known for, like the creators of vermouth and the ice cream bar. If you are planning to go wine tasting in the Piemonte region, I highly recommend renting a car because you have to get from place to place, and every town is kind of spread out from each other. So if you're staying in Turin, this could be a great home base for you.
Today we're going to the town of Barolo and we are going to be going wine tasting and checking out this beautiful town in the Langhe region.
Barolo is a specific Italian wine that comes directly from this town. So there's actually a town center where you can walk around. It is really small. I thought it'd be a little larger than this, but they do have plenty of little restaurants and cafes and things. We were waiting for our first winery tour to go on, so we just explored the town. It was very sleepy. I would say not everything was open. This video was filmed in June and I kind of expected more things to be open, but it was really cute. They do have this kind of like central area with this castle on the top, and they have a beautiful lookout. So if you go here, definitely check out this lookout to see all the beautiful vineyards that surround the town. If you're enjoying this video so far, please give it a like so YouTube knows that other travelers will enjoy it as well. I love how the restaurant right next to the castle has these balconies with tables and chairs on it so people can sit there and look out at the view. I would love to do this because it's obviously beautiful. We didn't actually go inside anywhere or pay to go inside the castle at all, but we did see people on tours and things. There was a whole bunch of little walkways and alleyways, so we just kind of went around the castle and through the town, and this is how we found the place that we had lunch at. There's also a corkscrew museum here, which was closed, so we didn't get to go in, but I would be interested to see what this looks like or what they even have inside the museum. Now for lunch. I really enjoyed this place. We didn't have any reservations. We just walked in. I think we were their first customers of the day, but everything was so incredibly fresh. We let her kind of recommend what wine to drink from the region, and so that was nice. She explained a lot of things to us, and it was our first time kind of tasting wine from here. Luca got the sausage and Barolo sauce with potatoes, and Oscar got a regional ravioli with local hazelnuts, which was super good. All right, now we're gonna do our first wine tasting, and this is at Marchesi di Barolo, which is a really old winery. I think it started around the early 1800s, and I think this is definitely more of a popular brand, so a lot of people were going here. What's great about this winery is that they're actually in the town of Barolo, so you don't have to go outside into the vineyard and find more parking. It's already there if you're visiting the town, so it's kind of set up for tourists. You do want to make sure you are booking ahead because they had time slots and they were full when we went. Tastings start at 40 euros here, and I thought it was a great tasting. You start in the wine cellar and then you move to their tasting room. And because you need to rent a car to reach all these beautiful wineries, you also need flawless directions with good wireless connection without restrictions. And this brings us to Airlo, which is this week's video sponsor. Airlo is great because it helps me stay connected in over 200 countries and regions from the moment I land, and I don't have to go searching for free airport Wi-Fi or wait in line to buy a SIM card. Airlo is an eSIM, which is a digital SIM card that lets you stay connected to mobile networks without expensive roaming fees. To save yourself time and money, download the Airlo app, then you can pick the country and package that you need and don't activate it until your trip begins. If you follow my travels, you know I do a lot of self-navigating, and so Airlo helps me do that with every feature on my phone, such as real-time traffic or walking directions. Install Airlo free today so you can stay connected wherever you travel, and use my code NicoleL3 to get $3 off your first eSIM. Okay, now we're hopping back in the car and we're heading to our next town. As you can see, this whole region is set up to grow wines. I know as Americans, we think of Tuscany as being the only or maybe the main wine production location in Italy, but a lot of different regions in Italy grow wine. So if you're interested in getting like off the beaten path, I highly suggest this region. It was really nice. We are going to the town of La Mora here, and it's right there on top of the hill. We didn't go to a winery here. We just wanted to see this town. We wanted to see as many locations as possible in this area, and it was really close to Barolo. So it was the perfect stop for us, and we enjoyed our night here, and we had dinner here later on. I think that my favorite part of the whole town is this piazza, which is very, very open. There is a church on one side with a bell tower, but it is so beautiful. And at the very end of this, there is a lookout onto the vineyards themselves, which is so pretty. Unfortunately, there are a lot of flash rainstorms at this time, which are pretty unusual for June, and it was really cloudy. But I imagine that the sunset, if it wasn't cloudy, would be amazing from here. Walking around a new town is always really fun. I would say that this town is bigger than the town of Barolo, and they had more people and shops and things that were open. So we found a cafe and we were able to buy some ice cream and some cookies and have an espresso. And it wasn't quite time for dinner, so we stopped to have aperitivo at this place next to the piazza, and I did a wine tasting.
We start with a Barbera. Okay. The fruity and a little bit acid. Okay.
Barbera.
Then the second one is Nebbiolo, more smooth and a little bit alcoholic. Okay. Then finish Barolo.
All right, guys, enjoy. And for dinner, we found a restaurant that had outdoor seating on the piazza, and of course started with some wine from the region. And I had truffle pasta, Luca had a fish dish, and then Oscar had a meat and potatoes dish. Truffles are really popular here, so if you like truffles, you'll find a lot of dishes that have truffles on them. Look at this piazza at night. I thought it was so beautiful. I could stay here overnight, a couple days. I thought it was so, so cute here, and that sky was beautiful with all the lights as they turned on. This whole piazza was stunning. Now we are going to the town of Barbaresco, and it was another town I wanted to go to specifically to go up the tower. But as we parked, we saw this lady selling cheese. We tasted a little bit and it was so good, we bought some to take around for the rest of our trip. Thank you. That's really good. So here's the tower. I don't know how I found out about this, but I'm glad I did because it was a beautiful lookout. As you walk up, you're gonna see a bistro that has a pretty patio with a nice view. The bistro's open from 10 to 6 every day. And then if you wanna go up the tower, tickets are €6 for adults and €5 for seniors and students from 12 to 18. They're also open from 10 a.m. to 6 every day. Going up the tower. There is an elevator that you take to the second floor, and that is the first room I just showed you. There's some interactive things you can look at in there that are pretty cool, and then you take the stairs the rest of the way up, and this is the top of the tower. I really enjoyed the lookout. You could see all of the region plus the cute little town, but you can also do a wine tasting up here, so I saw some people drinking wine. They had some maps laying around, so Luca picked one up and they're pretty cute. They were in this circle shape and he was able to kind of orient us and tell us where everything was. So I thought this was a great activity for him too, because obviously he's coming around with us, wine tasting. This was a really fun activity for him. And here is the lookout onto the town. It's not very big, but they did have lots of good things like restaurants down below if you were hungry. We ate right next to the tower at Trattoria Antica Torre, and this was a really good restaurant. I think it was maybe a little fancier than other places around, and it wasn't too crazy expensive or anything. I had this really great pasta, and their dessert was also really good. Before we go to our final town, we actually stopped at a winery that is located just on the side of the road. When I was doing my research to figure out which wineries to go to, I was kind of having a hard time with different tours and contacting people, but what I did find was this super cute video of the owner of this winery, Gigi Rosso, online, and it was really short, and he was explaining how special the wines are from this region, and I was like, I have to go there. Gigi Rosso was the original owner and grandfather. The son is Maurizio, and he was the one I saw the YouTube video with, and then when we knocked on the door, the grandson, Andreas, was the one who opened it and took us on our tour. So I was really happy. They showed us all around.
And you see here we have some very traditional Piedmontese barrels and liters. So about 16,000 bottles come out of the barrel.
They do offer tours and tastings. I will leave their information in the description if you want to contact them and email them ahead of time. Their tours start at 25 euros for a tour of the cellar and tastings. If you just want to do a tasting, it's 15 euro. We really enjoyed their wines and we bought a case to take back with us. Now we're heading to our last town in Italy's Piemonte region.
Welcome to Alba.
This is Alba, and it's definitely one of the bigger towns or cities in this region. I liked it. I felt like it had a really cute piazza, lots of stores actually you can walk around. Everything was open. It wasn't a sleepy town by any means, and they are known for their white truffle here. They have a full festival and market that happens between the early parts of October to the early parts of December, and every single weekend they have a truffle market. Oh, I would love to come back for that. After walking around the town, we decided to have dinner before we went back to Turin, and we ate at Alba Mare. This was a really good restaurant, and we had a couple special things that we've never had before.
Cheers, Luca.
An ostrich.
What's gonna happen?
Ooh. Oh my god.
Beautiful.
I'm excited to try that.
That looks so good. So there's egg and cheese and truffle.
Oh my god.
What does it taste like?
Melted cheese, truffle.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, wow.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, that looks so good.
Luca got one of his favorites, a pizza, and I got one of my favorites, lemon risotto with shrimp, and Oscar got a pizza as well. Please don't forget to like this video, and if you enjoy my travel videos, please consider subscribing to my channel, which is a great free way to support my channel, and you won't miss out on any of my travels. Next, we're going to be going to the Ligurian coast. That is the area where Cinque Terre is, but we're going to be visiting some really special towns and staying for a few nights in a small seaside town called Sori, but we'll also be visiting popular tourist towns like Camoli and Portofino. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to use my code NicoleL3 for $3 off your first eSIM with Airalo, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!